Hello everyone, my name is Ahmed and I am student of the Rihan College. So today I am going to have a short and interesting discussion like chat with Maya. We'll be discussing topic is the power of networking. So let's get started. Hey Maya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Networking is a bit of a buzzword, isn't it? It usually feels like people just swapping business cards in a crowded room. But the actual power of it is usually in the stuff that happens after the cards are swapped. Where do you want to dive in?
Okay. Uh, my first question is how do you define the actual difference between networking and just using people for your one benefit?
That is the $1 million question. It's really the difference between um, building a bridge and just using a ladder. One is a two-way street where you're actually curious about the other person, and the other is just a transaction. When you're just using someone, the conversation ends the second you get what you want.
Yes. Yeah, I see.
It's kind of like the difference between making a friend and hiring a consultant. Do you think most people approach it the wrong way?
All right. Exactly. Then
I've noticed I've noticed that a lot of people feel an immediate sense of guilt when they think about networking. It's like they're afraid of being the latter person we talked about. Does that sound familiar?
yes. Okay. Why is building meaningful connections considered the most important skills for long-term career success?
Because skills get you the interview, but connections get you the opportunity. A lot of the best roles aren't even posted on job boards. They're filled by someone saying, I know exactly the right person for this. It's that trust factor that shortcuts the whole process.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not just about who you know, but who knows you. It's about having people who think of you when a problem needs solving or a cool project pops up. Do you find it easy to put yourself out there?
Yes.
That's a rare confidence. Most people treat networking like a root canal. Since you're comfortable with it, what's your go to move for starting a conversation with a stranger?
Yes.
I'll take that as a yes. Give me an example of something you've actually said to break the ice.
Okay. What is the real difference between having 1,000 superficial contacts and five deep meaningful connections?
There's a difference between a phone book and a support system. One is just a list of names, and the other is a group of people who would actually take your call at 2 a.m. Depth always beats breadth when things get real.
Yes. I see.
Think of it like a garden. You can have 1,000 seeds, but if you don't water them, nothing actually grows. The magic is in the maintenance.
Yeah.
Most people focus on the planting phase, the hello and the nice to meet you. But the real value is in the follow up. Do you have a strategy for keeping in touch with people after the first meeting?
Okay. How can someone who is natural in word build a
You
strong
mean an
network?
introvert?
Like 1 minute. Build a strong network. without feeling completely executed.
Yeah, the trick is to stop thinking of it as networking and start thinking of it as curiosity. Introverts usually thrive in one on one settings, so why fight that? Instead of trying to work a room, just find one person who looks as overwhelmed as you are and ask them something specific. It takes the pressure off when you're the one listening instead of the one performing.
Yeah,
Plus, focusing on the other person makes you way more interesting. People love talking about themselves, and the best networkers are often just the best listeners.
exactly, I see.
It's a superpower, honestly. Once you realize that listening is actually a form of generosity, the whole thing feels less like a chore and more like a puzzle to solve.
Wow, I am shocked.
Haha, I'll take that as a compliment. Sounds like you're really vibing with this. What's the trickiest part of building these connections for you?
This is your talking is very deep, really.
I appreciate that. I'm just calling it like I see it. Since we're on a roll, what's your take on the power part of networking? Do you think it's more about what you can do for others or what they can do for you?
Okay, is online networking on platform like LinkedIn as effective as meeting people face to face?
That's a different kind of energy. LinkedIn's great for the initial handshake, but it's a bit like a digital storefront. It's efficient, but it lacks the nuance of a real conversation. Face to face is where the actual trust is built because you can see the micro expressions and feel the room. Digital is the bridge, but in person is the destination.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that once you're in the same room as someone, you've already cleared a hurdle that a LinkedIn message never will. Do you use a lot of digital platforms to connect with people?
Yes. Okay. Explain more.
Wait, you can't move? Are you doing okay? That sounded a bit sudden.
My next question is, what is the absolute best way to break the ice with a complete stranger at a professional event?
The secret is to avoid the what do you do question right off the bat. It's too transactional. Instead, try something situational. This venue is wild, or I have no idea what's in these appetizers. Gives the other person an easy way to jump in without feeling like they're in a job interview.
Okay. How important are the first 7 seconds of meeting someone in building a long lasting connection?
They're huge for the first impression, but they aren't the whole story. Those 7 seconds are basically just the handshake phase. They tell the other person if you're friendly, confident, or completely terrified. But you can't build a lifelong connection in 7 seconds. That's just the entry fee to get the rest of the conversation. Do you think you're good at making that first impact?
Yes, I see.
Confidence is half the battle. Since you've got that down, let's look at the long game. What do you think is the hardest part of keeping a professional connection alive without it feeling forced?
Okay, alright. I think that covers everything for today. That was a really great discussion. Thank you, Maya, for discussion and taking me. And thank you for everyone like listening and watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.
It was a blast talking through this with you. Catch you next time. Bye.